Hi, welcome back to the Blue Dragon Saloon. I'm Kathleen,
I'm Alan.
and well, we are on day 14 of the 25 bottles of Christmas. And what does Santa have in his in your stocking for you?
All right. Old Elk 4-grain.
Oh, good.
This is from Colorado. 105.9 proof. And 4-grain corn, 51% corn, 22.5% wheat, 19% barley, and 7.5% rye.
So we like Old Elk, so we have other Old Elk
Very
products that we
distinctive.
like. And B, I love the fact that they put that information on the bottle.
Merry Christmas. Enough? No more?
Nope, this is good.
For Old Elk, I really like the cork tops, the deer antler look.
So it also tells us that it is aged in a malt. It's an Old Elk aged malt bourbon of 6 or 7 years, and an Old Elk wheated bourbon for 6 years. So has both of them.
Mm.
So interesting is this is an MGP product from Indiana, right?
I believe so, but bottled in Colorado.
Yeah, and Greg Metz was the distiller at MGP, and then he left, and like a year later he went to Old Elk.
You can tell it has a wheat. I can smell that. It's a distinctive smell that wheat whiskeys tend to have, I believe.
Yeah, some people say it's a funk or a grass. I think it's a wheat. I mean,
If anything, hay. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say grass, but
it smells like there's definite malt, like malt.
beautiful color. You can see the
It
legs of
smell
the whiskey.
malt, for sure.
It smells great.
So we do typically like Old Elk, so I'm sure we're gonna like this one too. Salute.
Salute.
Taste caramel, taste some vanilla, taste malt.
It's the tip of the tongue has the bourbon sweetness. Then it goes that wheated sort of a hay. I'm not sure we can call it grassy on the palate. It is fairly smooth, and of course at the end the pepper as it goes down the throat.
So I think that spice you get at the end, I think you consistently call it pepper, I probably consistently call it spice, is the rye. I feel like that's kind of like the rye feel a little bit. And it doesn't have a ton of rye. What does it have? 7.5%. So, you know, some, but I feel like it has a spice at the end.
It's getting the pepperiness right up front. It is it's over 100 proof. It's 105 point something proof.
I think it drinks about that. I don't think it drinks more or less.
Right.
How much should we pay for this? $99.99.
Right at $100.
And I think that's pretty close. When we share the prices we pay, I think we're paying pretty close to MSRP. We tried pretty carefully to find bottles, and if we get it over, we'll say it was over. I think we said with the Bookers we paid a little bit more than MSRP.
I think we bought this while we were in Memphis, Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. The liquor store there.
Oh yes, and Tennessee does the coolest things because they let you taste the liquor in liquor stores. Remember?
They did.
So we were in Memphis, and
which was
anything we asked about when we were asking, you know, the people that worked at the store, we said, can you tell us what you think about this one or this one? They're like, oh, what do you want to taste it? But I'm not sure I don't believe we tasted this one, but they gave us a lot of taste that day, which I think that's cool about Tennessee. They don't do that in Georgia.
I do like it. This is the second bottle of Old Elk that we've owned. The first one finished was one oldest daughter had given to us a couple of years ago, and very good. We finished it with wheated bourbon. Really sweet, smooth, easy drinking.
This is
I like
really
this one
good.
too. It's complex.
This is really good.
It has a nice warmth to it. It's a nice contemplative sipping whiskey.
And I think it has
Bourbon.
a,
Or it's a whiskey, I'm sorry,
like-
not bourbon.
I think it still has a medium hug.
Straight bourbon. I'm
No, I was
sorry.
gonna say, I think it
is
is
a bourbon.
yeah,
It's a bourbon whiskey, I'm
for-
sorry.
Yeah, it has a nice little hug going on. It's not super long or super like, it's kind of like here, but feels, you can feel it for sure. I definitely like this.
I do.
Definitely
I like
would buy it again.
it. I like, I'm a fan of Old Elk. I
Yeah.
like it. I like
I definitely would buy
the ones
this
I've had in
again.
the past, I really enjoyed.
I
So,
think for $100, this is right in that range of good stuff.
okay.
So remember to like and subscribe our videos, and in the comments tell us what you think about our review of the whiskey, what you think of what you think of the whiskey, and let us know.
This is our 14th bottle. You want to have a sneak preview of what's for tomorrow?
Sure.
I believe it's in your stocking.
My stocking. Forgot it was in my stocking.
Oh,
We are leaving the country. So remember, we are trying to review things from different regions. Might be in the United States, in different states. It might be outside of the United States. We're doing all different kinds of whiskeys, which would be rye, scotch, bourbons, whiskeys, and different price ranges. So tomorrow we're going across the ocean.
going back to your roots.
Yep, back to my roots.
Everyone, please have a Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy.